All right, folks, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. I'm continuing my discussion from last night, kind of a part two, and I got some other stuff on my mind I just want to get off my chest. I was gonna just quick do this last night, but then I wanted to Skype with my daughter. She's starting college this week. And so I wanted to Skype with her about her move in and just give her, kind of a pep talk, and let her know we'll be visiting her in a few days just to come check out her new joint. And, she's staying on campus. So I'm just, I'm excited for her. I've failed at a few things in life, and I'm so excited to see what she's going to do with hers. I don't want her to take the same paths that I did in my life. Not all of them were good. So yeah, that's why I didn't do this last night. And then some other things hit me. And I'll get to the Jericho stuff. I just need to get some other stuff off my mind here. So I'm just using this forum as a way to do that. Like I said, another reason why I did not do this last night is because I was watching my numbers for the videos I was doing yesterday here and there just to see what they were doing out of curiosity's sake. And then I came across a comment on my first review that I did last night. It said, one of my best friends who I was watching wrestling with passed away a few weeks ago. Since then, I've found this, and you reminded me of him a ton. So thanks, bro. And this has been helpful. And I responded in kind, and I just would let you know, I am one of those persons genuinely, if you need to talk to someone, I mean, I'm no professional counselor, but if you need someone to talk to about something, I'll give you my 2 cents on it. I'm here. I genuinely try to be, one of those guys. And just reading that last night, you never know how you're going to connect with people on here. I mean, I'm just on here just rambling about stuff that, that I love and or support. And if it entertains you, awesome. Hey, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I've got 500 plus, folks on here that follow me, and a few more on social media. And that just really hit me. Like, it hit me hard last night. I didn't know how to respond to that at first, because well, one of the things that I did on here, I don't know, a couple years ago, but within the last couple years, a guitarist in a band that I like a lot passed away. So I did just a simple tribute to him on here, and it became one of the most watched videos on my channel. It's got like 6,000, 7,000 views. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I had people from his family reaching out to me in the comments section saying, thank you for remembering him and talking about him. And that just blew me away. So like I said, yeah, you never know how you're going to connect with people on here. I do it, I don't do it to make money. I would like to get the channel monetized again. It'd be great. I'm trying. I would like to see it get a little success, but I'm not worried about that. And if what I do helps you in some other way other than entertainment, then hey, I'm glad I could do that for you. I mean, this is this is real talk. This isn't just me on here reviewing something and trying to be silly. Yes, I do that, but this is me. This is stripped down 100% legit me. Excuse the cup. It's not just what I'm drinking out of. Don't take any offense to it. Please. I'll turn it sideways. So yeah, like I said, the links are in the description. If you ever want to connect with me on social media, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, that's like my main ones. I'm on Instagram too, but I don't use it. I know some people really use it as a promotional tool. I don't. I've got my Facebook page and my Twitter, and that's a majority of it. So yeah, just, if you want to connect with me, and I've noticed with the growth of the channel over the course of this year, more and more people have been reaching out to me, and I love it. I dig it. You want to talk to me about whatever I'm talking about, I'm open to it. Leave it in the comments, hit me up on social media, private message me if you follow me. So yeah, that's about all I really wanted to say about that. I just, what he put in the comments, it just blew me away. Like I said, you never know how you're going to connect with people on here. So much love to you. Hit me up if you want to talk more. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Chris Jericho for a bit too. And I don't know how I breezed over this. I legit don't know how I breezed over this. Just goofy. Just forgot, because my head was spinning about so many different parts of the show, and it was, so many good matches and so many things. And I'm human. I forgot. I had mentioned that there was that I didn't get the footage that I talked about, and then I never came back to it. So when I was watching it, and there was a little bit of light on the stage, I panned over to the stage, waiting for, okay, someone's going to come out on stage. And when that didn't happen, it was like, well, what the heck? And from where I was sitting, it was impossible to see who it was until, unless you were close and you saw the blonde curly hair, or you saw the tattoos from where I was sitting, all I could see is that he was really white. And I was like, okay, it's not Pentagon. And I think I heard someone shout near me, CM Punk. And I'm like, that doesn't look like CM Punk's build. Because I saw pictures from him the day before. And he was very, I mean, he's fit, but he's not as muscular as he used to be by any means. At least from what I could see in the few pictures I saw. So I'm like, okay, that's not Punk. And everything happened so fast I couldn't tell until he pulled the mask off and it was Chris Jericho. And I was like, wow. And he had said in one or two, maybe more interviews that he was not going to be a part of the show. I think his first interview, somewhere within the last few months, said something to the effect of, no, they wouldn't be able to afford me. And that was, okay, that may sound kind of cocky. And yeah, Chris Jericho does come off kind of cocky sometimes, but I think he has a right to be. He is one of the greatest right now. He can do what he wants. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of his year pans out. There's a lot of things going on in the wrestling world that are, big question marks as far as the futures of certain individuals that can really turn heads in professional wrestling. And Chris is one of them. And to see him show up and say to attack Omega in the Pentagon stuff was amazing. I mean, it really was. When you think about it after the fact, it's like, okay, we didn't get Neville, we didn't get Punk, we got Chris Jericho. And that was, the more you think about it, is like that was strangely more satisfying than anything as far as a surprise, in my opinion. Not flipping you off. So, saying to Omega, I'll see you on the cruise. So we're going to get Jericho, Omega 2 on the Jericho cruise. And that's pretty cool. Are we going to see that? Probably not. We haven't heard anything about how, if and how they're going to film any of this. I'm sure the Young Bucks are going to film stuff for their Being the Elite stuff, but as far as fans watching this, I don't think we're going to, unless you're there, There's going to be some really unique things going on that cruise. And one thing that people are not talking about that I noticed is what he did afterwards. He stormed through the crowd, and I think he had some security with him or something. He went up to the announce table, and it was kind of hard to tell from watching the pay-per-view. Everything happened so fast at the end, and looking down to the right from where I was sitting, I noticed a lot of commotion, and I said something to the effect of, did Chris Jericho just attack someone down there? Because I noticed someone was laying there, and I couldn't tell. Just there was a lot of commotion around the announce table. Then watching the pay-per-view, it looked like he went up to the table, shoved the announce table or something, pushed it, shook it, something. And then Don Callis was so like, I don't know if he got hit by the table or if he was just surprised and then fell backwards. It was hard to tell. I'd have to watch it back. But he went down and he was very upset. So that can be something in the aftermath of this too that gets talked about sooner rather than later on something like Impact Wrestling. you know, um, or in the podcast. And I'm trying to remember his podcast that he does with, was Lance Storm. I'm not sure if Lance Storm is on it anymore. I can't think of it. Sorry. But it's a very good podcast. Don Callis is fun to listen to. So that could, the aftermath of this is going to be really interesting to watch. And especially what Cody Rhodes just texted. Dear God. What he just posted on Twitter. The numbers, 11,000 something was the attendance, and he retweeted the All In and said, "What do we do next?" Hello, Alam. How are you doing? Glad you could join. Hey, Styles is here. What's up? Good day to you, sir. So yeah, that was the final number for the All In. It was the 11,000 something. So, and it's, people are going to talk about this, say, oh, well, that included everyone in the back and everything. Whatever. However they spin that number, doesn't matter to me. The fact is that it was sold out. It was a success. And what's on everyone's mind now is, what do they do next? And if you want to see the post speech, it's on YouTube. You can go to, I got a little bit of it. Can you ask? Yeah, you can ask me something. Chat's open, but be nice. That's all I ask. I just noticed that the New Age Insiders YouTube channel put up the post speech, and I'm assuming that includes the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny Omega's stuff is on there. About a 15-minute speech, which is not bad. And like what I said in my review yesterday, what's interesting about it is everybody stayed after the last match. I mean, I'm sure there was a couple people that left, but a majority of the people, if you looked around the arena, you didn't see people walking out. Everybody stayed at the end because it felt so special. It was such a unique event. It was a celebration, and there was such a buzz and a passion there. Yes, Styles. I hope it does too. That would be quite the collector to have. Collector's item, to have if it ended up on DVD or Blu-ray. The one old fart that doesn't have a Blu-ray player, right? I've got an old Xbox 360 I can play videos on. So yeah, I mean, in the aftermath of things, you buy 2 copy. How about martial arts like UFC, MMA? Because in my country, that's popular. I'm confused. I don't watch MMA much. I used to a while ago. I don't discuss it much on here. There's plenty of other channels out there that do discuss MMA. So if that's what you're looking for on this channel, you're not going to see a lot of it, if hardly any. I've discussed a little bit of CM Punk's stuff on here and there when he was on the road to his debut in UFC. You can go check that out. That's in the way in the past of my videos a couple of years ago. But yeah, I don't discuss it on here. Sorry. It's pro wrestling, pretty much. Some music discussion. That's about it. So yeah. But yeah, Chris Jericho's involvement covers so many different things. It begs the question of MMA has silly storylines. Yeah, they try to be like Vince, and it just it's goofy. I don't pay attention to it really. What's interesting is in Chris Jericho's position right now, there is discussion that he's going to end up in Impact Wrestling. If they, if they find the right storyline for him over the course of the next few months, say he shows up at Bound for Glory, he's got the New Japan Intercontinental Championship. In fact, New Japan just put an interview with him on there. It's back from June when he won the championship, and I don't think he's been seen since. So, I mean, obviously, they want to get him back in there soon, I'm assuming, and do something with the championship, defend it, or have a rematch with Naito. I'd be very curious to watch that, because I watch some stuff. I don't watch all of the New Japan stuff. I watch like the really big events, the stuff that it gets aired in the USA, say like on Access TV and stuff. I enjoy that. There are some good stuff in there, good matches and guys that I enjoy watching. And I think the fact that he's a part of it is a huge part of the expansion for New Japan, trying to get more fans in America, or worldwide for that matter, because Jericho is a worldwide commodity in the world of professional wrestling. It also begs a question with the growth now. This is a turning point, I believe, for the NWA. The big question is, what does Billy Corgan do next? Does Billy Corgan take, because he's got Cody Rhodes as his champion. You gotta wonder what kind of contract that's all going to entail with that, because Cody's part of Ring of Honor and New Japan. That's going to be very interesting to see where this goes. Is Billy Corgan going to take that next step and try to not compete with Ring of Honor and New Japan, but try to keep Cody as his exclusive? All these little things, and I'm not trying to stir up bad stuff. It's just, there's a lot of different things that could come out of this all-in event, and I'm on the edge of my seat, waiting to see what happens with this. I can't wait. With Jericho and the Jericho Cruise, implications about possibly showing up on Impact Wrestling. Is Don Callis going to be that tool to do it? Seeing as, Don Callis was attacked, you could say, or shook, however you want to say it. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I didn't talk about it last night. I breezed over it, and I don't know why I forgot it, but that's just my silly mind at times, just forgetting stuff. So that's it for this one. I am going to be watching, I don't know what I'm doing next. MLW or Impact, one of the two. I'll review one of the two next. Trying to catch up. Keyword trying. So that's it for this one. And leave your comments in the comments section if you're watching this after the fact about Chris Jericho and his involvement in different companies, and where you think this could go with this too. It's I think it is the talking point right now in the world of independent professional wrestling, because it's growing, and it's really growing. So yeah, leave that in your comments, and hit me up on social media if you like. The links are in the description, in the description. And I've got t-shirts, folks. That's also in in the description. I don't plug them much because you know, it's not something I do well, is promoting myself. I put the videos out there and that's about it. I don't sit on social media all day and night and, hey, come follow this, that, and the other thing. I just don't do it. But yeah, you know, it just popped in my head. I've got t-shirts. Buy a t-shirt. And if you buy a t-shirt, hit me up on social media. Love to see it. So, Styles, you're gonna buy one? that would make my day. That would make me very happy. Yeah, I don't even have one. Buy me one. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. So yeah, and if you're new to the content, and you like what you're seeing, smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. And yeah, we'll be back later tonight doing something, what, I'm not sure. Like I said, trying to catch up, and it's just, this past weekend was just exhausting in a good way. In a good way, you know. Those kind of events take a lot out of me, between the travel and the weather conditions, and just sitting the way I was sitting in there just was, that is the only part that was not fun for me. Everyone I connected with surrounding me, beating the Rant with Ant guys, and the event itself was incredible. One of the best ever. But beyond that, yeah, it was painful though. So, but that's just me. That's just me and my ailments. So yeah, if you dig the content, hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 1,000 to get the channel monetized again. So, and if you dig it, share it with your friends if you like it. So, all right, that's it for this one. We'll see you later tonight for something. Don't know what. Have a good one.